Bourbon Barkeep. Curtis.
No, great to be here yet again, man. Week after week, just churning out content.
It is Band Friday.
It is Band Friday. The AC/DC on, the classics.
And our guy, Grady Spencer in the work.
Grady, if you're watching.
New single out.
Somehow, some way. Yeah, it's actually fantastic.
New single out. Love Grady. Love what he's doing. And he refuses to come to Kansas City, and I don't know why.
One day.
One day. You know, good family man.
That's
I respect
right.
it.
That's right.
But
gotta stay down in Fort Worth.
But come back. Now.
James Pepper.
James Pepper, this is what the people are here for. Not Grady, even though they should be. James Pepper.
The Decanter series.
I love this bottle, and it kind of flirts with the Willet pot still to where shit juice in Willet. I'm going to roll that back. That felt disrespectful.
Yeah, rephrase.
I'm just going to roll it back to just a not for me. Not for me juice. Is this bottle just a pretty bottle?
Having tried it, my answer is no.
Yeah, you've tried it.
I tried it a few different times, made sure. It's one of those where I'm like, you know what, I don't know if I got a great taste last night. I'm gonna go pour 3 more ounces tonight and see if it tastes, any different.
Whiskey evolves, you know?
Correct. So, quick little background after a quick Google on just the origin of the James Pepper distillery in general. So, James Pepper was a colonel in the late 1800s, as well as a master distiller, a 3rd generation master distiller, mind you.
You'd think that he would leverage that in the title.
You'd think.
I mean, EH is out there.
Just flaunting colonel.
Yeah.
But alas, he's a modest man. Old Pepper Distillery, started by his grandfather, began in the late 1700s.
Back there.
Unfortunately for James, his father passed away when he was still a minor. So instead of gaining the distillery in his name, his mother got it. He wasn't a fan of that. He ended up suing his mother because he wanted the distillery in his name. He took matters into his own hands and won.
Because he's a colonel.
He did get the Old Pepper Distillery.
Let's go.
And tried to grow it for a handful of years, ended up selling it. Moved to New York for a handful of years, I think just to learn business, to learn how to, build an empire, if you will.
Well, I mean, he's
if
12.
I want to make it, yeah, that's true. Well, 16. But.
Details.
Anyway, moved to New York for a few years to kind of get a sense of how to do this. Moved back when he felt confident. Teamed up with a guy named George Starkweather. That's a strong name.
Wow.
Bought a distillery, changed the name to the James E. Pepper Distillery, and that is what we have come to know today. So, kind of a weird biography, if you will, autobiography.
I'm here for it.
But this bottle specifically, as I said, this is the Decanter series. This is batch 0010. We're looking at 107.4 proof, mash bill undisclosed, age undisclosed. MSRP is $65. I found it for a touch more than that. I believe I bought it for $70. But.
So, I mean, this is going to rival a lot of stuff on shelves right now. This kind of blew up to where we've saved this. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just here we are.
It's gotten a lot of love.
Yeah.
So we felt it was kind of time, and here we are, man. Let's give it its due.
This is one to where you're like, this could do well in senses and come raging back for Whiskey of the Year with bang for the buck.
Right. It depends on how this goes, yeah. To you guys, appreciate it. If you're new here.
I'm sorry. My nose was in it.
Dude,
and you're right.
How do you expect to grow a following?
You're right. You're right.
Like and subscribe if you have not done so already. If you're back again for your second time or your 10th time, we appreciate you coming back and supporting us. So
yeah,
to you all,
don't unsubscribe.
Right, please don't. For the love of God,
you're locked in.
Nothing hurts more than that number decreasing.
Just an exit interview. Like I could do something. I could change. It's like an ex-boyfriend. I could change.
Alrighty.
God, that's so sweet.
Whoa.
That is confectionery sugar.
Yeah. Mixed with like
honey.
It's like, yeah, I get the red fruits as well, like your cherry, your apple, your cranberry.
Very bright. Has a thick nose. Can you say that? A thick nose?
It does. There's a lot here, and it only, what would we say, 107.4? Is that what it is? 107.2? 107.4. That's kind of almost a surprising amount of
girth.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say girth, but you can say girth. Yeah,
I'm gonna go girth.
I keep leaning on meat on the bone, but there's a surprising amount of just substance there.
All right, palate.
All right.
Man, it's like sucking on a velvet pillow.
A nice finish too. There's not as much as like I don't feel as much down here as you do with like your barrel proofs and stuff, but
It's in my heart.
the entrance into the chest cavity,
I got the work just standing on where it
right? The entrance into like your chest is definitely prevalent.
It's great. It's ultra sweet. There is a nice cinnamon, for lack of a better word. Maybe like it sticks with the sweetness to where I'm like, is it a hot tamale? Like it just sticks with the hot tamale on the front of the tongue, but it is a rush of maple syrup and brown sugar that I don't know if I need an insulin shot or not. Love the nose. It does go a touch sweet if I'm being a stickler, if you will, for me. But I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm a fan. At that price point too. Cool. Anything else on second sip? Hit me.
I felt like I had more of like a grape candy come out. Like I've mentioned nerds in the past, or that feels a little sugary, which is odd because this is so sweet. Maybe like a grape, like a Mike and Ike? I'm going to just stick with hot tamale and Mike and Ike's right now.
Just
and then hope we're sponsored.
Yeah, the gummy candy. Yeah.
But like there's a nice grape coming through, still with the ones that we've mentioned already. But the cinnamon's there to where, what did we say, 106-ish?
107.2.
107?
107.4, excuse me.
107-ish?
Yeah.
This tastes hotter than Weller 107.
Yeah, agree. This has the feel of like that 113 to 115 style bourbon. Like you're not, obviously we've said before, you're not touching the barrel proofs in terms of like punch, but it does have a little more girth to it.
On the palate, not the finish, but the finish is medium plus.
Yeah.
Like it's there. I really like it.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this will do decent scoring, great and bang for the buck.
Agree. So speaking of that, what we'll do is take one more run through, gather our thoughts, talk about our feelings, record our scores, and then we'll come back, talk about them, and see where it stacks up.
Yeah.
Deal. Okay. So talked about our feelings, talked about our thoughts.
This was a tough one.
This kind of was a tough one. But as far as senses goes, so if you are new here, we have two different categories which we score by. We start with senses, which is your all-encompassing nose, palate, finish, without taking price into account how much you like the bottle.
Yeah.
That's called senses. And then we also take into account bang for the buck, and that's where we only focus on the price.
I hate it.
How do we like this bottle compared to its price point?
It's so hard.
Would we pay more? Would we pay less? There's so many different factors you can think about. You can take it so many different ways. But senses, where'd you go with senses?
I went pretty high.
Okay.
I was trying to think, not necessarily taking price in consideration, but what else is out there in this price range as well. The sweetness, I do go sweeter rather than earth. So I went pretty high. I went 78.
Okay.
It's not great, but it's upper tier good.
Yeah, like I went 77. I'm in the same exact vein. I'm not willing to call this a great to fantastic bottle.
Yeah.
But this is a high-end, really, really good bottle of bourbon. And especially at the price point, which gets us into bang for the buck. I went 65. The MSRP is 65, funny enough.
Yep.
Didn't do that on purpose.
Or did you?
I didn't. I wouldn't go much above that $65 price tag either. Like I'd pay $70, $75 for it, and that's probably the ceiling for me. Like I'm not paying $80 for that bottle. So I went 65. That's my justification.
All fair. You're looking at your collection. The knob 12, I think now maybe 75. Used to be 65. Like I would pay up for the knob 12 over this.
Yeah.
When we were talking about Holladay, I would pay up for the Rickhouse proof, things like that. What I would pick over it, for my palate, Old Forester. People have given me some sympathy, not hate, sympathy for not liking Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
So I'm picking this over Rare Breed every time.
Yeah.
Like there's that funk that Rare Breed has that this does not. So I'm going to pick this in that price range, even though it's, probably $5 more now.
Yeah.
So I gave it a little credit. It's a beautiful bottle.
The bottle itself is pretty cool.
It's something that, even if you hated it, you can put that on the shelf. And
Yeah, it's Decanter series, as I said, so the etchings and things are super cool, as you said.
But I'm with you. I'm not going to pay up. 70 would be my absolute cap. So I'm going to go 68. I love what it is. It's a great bottle. I'm going to pick this every time over Rare Breed for me.
Yeah.
But I know Wild Turkey has a following that is like the beehive.
That's right.
That they're going to come. And I'm not ready.
Yeah.
But I hope Colonel Pepper has my back.
That's right. Colonel James. Yeah, excited for their next batch to see kind of if they do something similar to this or if they go in a completely different direction. But for $65, what you get for your dollar there is something to tip your cap for sure.
Exploded on the scene. The bang for the buck is definitely where these guys are coming for, and I'm excited to see what they do because between bottle and taste, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, sure. Well, those scores are in the 2024 Bourbon Barkeep Whiskey of the Year sheet we keep on our Patreon. That link is below if you have any interest in seeing everything we've tried this year that we've scored and see how that ranks up. That's down there, guys, to you. If you have been here before, please come back again. If you're new, please hit that like and subscribe button. We could use all the help we can get. So that sounded way worse than what I meant it.
Arms for the poor.
But yeah, guys, if you have been here before, thank you for coming back. Please continue to do so. If you're new, hit the like and subscribe button. Your support means a great deal to us. So
yeah, it's just a shame no one makes it this far.
Yeah, that's right. But to you guys, cheers, man.
Analytics.
That's right.